Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and for today's project I'm going to be designing a little, I guess, gift bag you would call it, and it's going to coordinate with one of the cards that I made yesterday on my video. So here's the card I made yesterday. I actually made this one in the Facebook Live, I think. It's on my blog post from yesterday, but I did, however, forget to add the ribbon. So when you see the picture of it, you'll see it doesn't have a ribbon, but it looks much prettier with ribbon. And this week I've been focusing on the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. So we're going to kind of continue that for the rest of the week. So you'll see this has the Designer Series paper, and I've cut out the tulips, and I've cut out the leaves actually from the Designer Series paper, a little basket weave, and then this is the Designer Series paper as well. And when you open it up, you just have a little spot for your greeting. So I thought that was really pretty. So today we're going to design a little bag using the same paper to go along with this card that we made yesterday. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the framelits from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. So I've used the second largest and the largest. So you'll see in a second which ones I've used. I've also used the Fable Friends, which is in the annual catalog. It's a carryover from last year, and I've just used the Happy Spring. But it also has Easter greetings, Glad We're Friends, and I love these characters. They just remind me of Peter Rabbit and Mother Goose, and this little squirrel is really cute. We have a lot of squirrels where we live, so it's kind of cute. So I have used the Happy Spring. I've gone ahead and pre-stamped and done most of the upfront work so that our videos won't be too long. And thanks to my friend Pat, I have my magic box that has everything already prepped and ready for me to use. So let me just pull these out and we'll get started. As always, the measurements and this video, as well as the Facebook Live I'll do this afternoon with another little treat bag that can coordinate with this card, will be available on my blog, mariannecowan.com, later on this afternoon. My Facebook Live is at 3, so then after my Facebook Live I take the pictures and upload it to my website. So this is the tulip punch that we were using, that I've used to cut out the tulips for the little bag we're making and for the card we made yesterday. So this is part of a bundle called Timeless Tulips in the January to June catalog. It's a great little punch. All right, so there's the card. So the paper that we're using, as I said, the measurements will all be on my blog. The paper that we're using is 12 by 6. So you can use any paper that you have. This is the Pleased as Punch. You can also use 2 pieces of 6 by 6 paper if you want that, and then just glue them together. But we're going to use this piece of 12 by 6. And then this little piece is 4.5 by 2.5, and each end is scored at 1/2 inch. And that's going to be the bottom of our little bag. So 4.5 by 2.5, scored at 1/2 inch on each side. And it just makes a little bottom for our box. I have some Whisper White flax ribbon, and I have this ribbon that I've colored with my blends. I was trying to find a color. It's not quite the right purple, but I just want to show you how to do this quickly. So you can take many of our ribbons. This is the metallic edge ribbon, and this one is the, I think it comes in white and ivory. So you just take your blends. You need to use your blends because they're alcohol-based markers, and you just color. So you can turn plain ribbon into any color that you want. And I know there's a ribbon in the new catalog. I'm actually going to try the darker one. There's a ribbon in our new catalog that is really good. I think it's called white seam binding ribbon. So if you get a roll of white seam binding ribbon, you can have ribbon the color of any blends that you have in your house. I like this dark purple better, so I'm just going to keep coloring for a second. And maybe we'll use this one instead of the other one. It's a bit darker because the tulips are darker. I could have used pink, but I thought I'd kind of highlight the purple. And you do need to let it dry for a couple of minutes, but that's fine. It'll be dried by the time we're ready to use it. Yeah, I like that better. So I'm just going to put this off to the side to dry. So these are the Stampin' blends. I was using Highland Heather Dark. The first one I did was light, and the second one I did was dark. So for my card, I think the dark might be better. Maybe not. We'll bring them both in later and see which one we like best. All right, so let's get started. Oh, I've also used these scalloped rectangles from the die set I just showed you. A large, that's the largest one, in vellum. I love vellum. The next size in Whisper White, and then I've gone ahead and stamped our greeting at the bottom. And we're going to use kind of the same design as we have here because the bag is meant to coordinate with the card. All right, so let's get this little guy done. Well, let's maybe do our box first. So we'll get that out of the way. So what you're going to do is take your paper snips and you're going to cut up to the 1/2 inch mark on the long side of both of them. Then you're going to take your bone folder, fold these all in, give them a good little crease. And these ones as well. Just doing it quickly because it's a video. And then we're going to tuck it together. So we need a little piece of tear and tape here, 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 and here, in all 4 corners. Tear and tape is the best thing to use for this project. When you're making bags or boxes, tear and tape is what you want to use. You can use what's it called? Fast Fuse, which we don't sell anymore, which is too bad. But these little corners are so tiny, it would be hard to get the fast fused exactly where you want it. I'm going off the edge a little bit, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be inside the box. Or it's actually really a bag, I would say, more than a box. All right, so we're just going to peel these off. The hardest part of tear and tape is getting the top piece off, especially when your nails aren't very long. So the pokey thing usually works. These pieces are just so small. Okay, let's see if I got it this time. There we go. 1, 2, 3. We're also going to use tear and tape on the side of the bag. 4. All right, so then all you do is just tuck in your sides, line up the corners. It doesn't matter if this is perfect because you're not going to see it. But you do want it to stay together. It would be kind of embarrassing if you gave someone a little little bag full of stuff and it fell apart, the bottom fell out. There we go. And 4. Perfect. All right, so that's our bottom. And this is going to be our top, and we're just going to wrap it around the box. It's so pretty on this side, but we really want the pink. I'm just going to do a quick once around to see what the overlap is going to be. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put tear and tape all along the inside of this piece. And fairly close to the edge because you don't want it to really go higher than this. So it's the perfect height. Tear and tape is not quite 1/2 inch. So it should be perfect. All right, now we're going to peel this one off. This will be easier, I'm thinking, because it's just one long big strip. Okay, so this is the tricky part. Let's start at the back in the middle. Back, front, doesn't really matter except for you. So just push it along. You want to go kind of straight because once you start going crooked, it's hard to adjust. There, I think that's pretty good. I probably could have done my paper a little smaller, and if I have to, I might give it a little trim. Oh no, it's fine. I don't care if it overlaps. I just want, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna trim it a little bit. I would take it to the paper cutter, but it's got lines on it, so I'm just gonna go for it. So maybe your paper doesn't exactly need to be, I hope I'm not doing this too much. That'd be bad. Oh, that was close. That was probably a little too close for comfort. All right, and the other thing I forgot to do is put tear and tape here. So let's go ahead and do that. So put tear and tape on the bottom and on this one side. It's important. Well, this is real live crafting, so you can see what I did wrong. And I cut off actually too much. I shouldn't have cut off that much. It's going to be pretty tight to get it closed, but we'll do it. There we go. Push in the inside. There. And there's a little bit of tear and tape. I'm just going to cut that off. All right, so there we have our cute little bag. And you can go inside and just make sure it's all tucked. Mine is, my tear and tape's a bit overlapping, which is not ideal, so maybe that was 12, maybe by 11 would have been better. All right, so now I'm going to look at it and try to center this part because I want to put a little hole. So I'm taking my 1-inch punch, both sides together, and pushing it down a little ways, seeing if it's centered. That's good enough. Sometimes it just has to be good enough. All right, I think that's perfect. So we'll set that aside, and then we'll work on our little decoration for the front. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I ran out of snail, so I'm going to be using my fast fuse. And I've been just doing so many videos lately, I've been using up all my stuff. So now I have 3 tulips. I wanted to pull a little bit of purple in. So I was going to do purple, pink, and purple. And I have 3 stems and a few leaves here cut out. So I'm going to bring in my little silicone mat and a little bit of white glue. I find that, well, that was kind of a lot of white glue. I find this is easiest when you're doing little tiny skinny things like this. So first I have to decide where I want them. So I'm going to have one here. I want to kind of have them all coming to the same general area so I can put a bow, not forget this time. That one would be good there, and this one, and I can trim off the bottoms later. All right, I kind of like that. So this is a little bit of a guess game. I'm going to do this one first. I'm totally going to forget where I had those. So you just put a tiny bit of glue on. It's only paper, it doesn't need a ton of glue. All right, I'm going to have to kind of do this as I go, I think. There we go, that's going to be the pink one. A little bit of glue on this one. That'll be this one. And of course you don't want them all exactly the same height. All right, I like that. And then this will be the last one. Put a bit of glue. This is so much easier than just trying to dab it on. So we want this one about there. And we want them all to end up the same spot. So there, we can put our bow right there. All right, and I'm only thinking I want 2 leaves. Actually, I might pop the leaves up. I'm definitely going to pop the tulips up, so I'm just going to put 1 dimensional on the back of each tulip. And if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know I put 2 dimensionals on, and that wasn't actually a good idea, because then I couldn't tuck the other one underneath. Okay, so that's going to be fine. So I probably should start with my pink one. And it's going to go like that. Then this purple one. Oh, I think it's looking really pretty. And then, like I said, I don't want them all the same height. I'm going to put that one underneath as well. There, I like that. All right, then I'm going to use mini dimensionals for the leaves. And then I'll decide where I'm going to put them once I have the dimensionals on. And even though there's 3 tulips, when I was playing around with it earlier, it looks best with just 2 leaves. So there's 1 leaf. I did this exact same thing yesterday. I'm just going to leave it because I'm going to pop it up anyways. And then let's try the second leaf. So I'm thinking the middle tulip's not going to have a leaf. You can fool around with it and see what you like, but I think this is what I'm going to go with. Okay. And I don't want to cover up my seine. There. I think that looks good. All right. And then for our bow for this, I'm thinking, this was a bow I was deciding on for yesterday. Not quite sure. I'm going to put it on first, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do for a bow. Because I'm going to have another bow up at the top. You'll see in a minute. So 4 dimensionals on the vellum, and then we're going to pop it on our little bag. That's sticking to something. Try to get it in the middle. I think that's pretty, and it was kind of good that I put the dimensionals kind of in. I don't know if you can see that, but you don't want this like tucked really down. You want it giving it some height. Not height, depth. So then this one's going to go, obviously you put something in it, something cute, and I'll show you what I did get. I did find these little Easter cakes, and I bought them because I usually have classes, but I don't have classes now. So let's see if they're going to fit. Someone's going to get these. So it's a little package of 2 Easter cakes. Perfect. So obviously you can put anything you want in it. All right. And then let's look at both our ribbons and see which one we like the best. This was the one that we just did, and this is the one we did earlier. Oh, I don't know. I think I'll go with this one. So what I'm going to do is tie it. I'm just going to grab a little clip out of my drawer to help me hold this closed while I tie my bow. And my fingers are kind of gluey, so I hope this is going to work. It's a bit awkward with that clip there, but we'll get it done. As I said, you could put a pink bow if you want. I just wanted to add I wanted to highlight the purple because there's already so much pink in the bag. All right, that's good. We'll trim it. My scissors need sharpening. These little paper snips are the best. All right. Okay, I think that's really cute. And it matches our card. And I still haven't decided about the bow on here. Let's just go with that for now. I could also put a bow similar to this to match, which maybe, no, it takes longer to make. So I'm just going to put this one on for now. Find a random glue dot. And it's really just to hide all that mess from the leaves. Oh. All right, so there we go. Cute little treat holder and a matching card. So thank you for stopping by. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get my daily updates. I've been posting daily, and it's all going to be cute, springy, Eastery projects for the next little while. And I've also been focusing on the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. So if you don't have that, it's a great time to get it because Celebration is still on, and then you can get a free product with a qualifying order. So I hope you enjoyed today's projects. Please follow me at mariannecowan.com, subscribe to my blog and my YouTube channel for daily inspiration. Thanks everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Hunker down in your house, stay safe, and happy crafting.